Are we live? Check, check. 1, 2, Christmas Day beer 2, and here we go. Once again, tell me if my headphones aren't working, because I've already had that mistake once, and I do not want it to happen again. This is Beer Native. My name is Steve Giguere, and I'm reviewing beers throughout Christmas Day, because that's the kind of social life that I have. I'm going to be reviewing, I reviewed one earlier. You can go check it in the future. I'll put a link up here. Bang. But it was a Mürslöte. I don't know how to say that very well. I know that, but it was intense. It was 11%. It was like a coconut imperial pastry stout, and frankly, I think it rotted all my teeth and gave me some form of rare diabetes because it was so intense. I sipped it and I sealed it and I put it back into the fridge for later because I don't see how any human on earth could drink an entire 440 ml can of it. But it was actually pretty good in tiny, tiny amounts. Like me. Let's get going. Intro. All right. This is the last can that was in my advent calendar. And I was remiss and I had a really bizarre, crazy, hectic, somewhat stressful last 3 days. And so I never really got around to them all. And I thought I'm just going to pop 24 Christmas Eve right now and show you what we're dealing with as a team here. Track and North Brewing Co. Many ways IPA, 6.5%, something much more reasonable, I guess. Strata, Galaxy, and Azacca Spectrum hops in the house. A little bit of a briefing, depending on what you know or don't know. This is, I just read the little back while I was showing you the front, and it says it is celebrating the opening of the North Brewing, it's a bar? No, so I wasn't sure if it's a bar or tap room in Manchester. And so North Brewing's in Leeds and Track is in Manchester, hence the collaboration all makes sense. This is probably something they have on tap. I have it in a can. I'm gonna pop this open while I, ooh, you smell it out of the can. Yeah, so there's a reason I did that. What did I just say? Strata. So Strata is the one I associate most with what is called dank or like a cannabis-like flavor in the hop. Galaxy is like a mainstay. It's a good hop, and like throughout the entire brewing process. Then it's got nice citra, and I think people associate passion fruit with it, which is kind of sounds nice, right? I know some people who like don't like Galaxy hop. I don't know what it is. They must be sensitive to something in it. And then of course Azacca Spectrum. Spectrum being its extract, so it's like a super powerhouse dry hop, and I associate Azacca with New England IPAs and big fruit bombs. So it sounds pretty awesome, right? If you like that sort of thing. So let's pop some in here. It's pretty clear, so doesn't look like a New England. I can smell it already, though. I smelled it out of the can, and I got a bit of that almost vulcanized. What do I mean by that? Like rubbery powerhouse dankness. It's got a really bright, lovely Christmas color, doesn't it? Is that a hair? They show things to the screen and see all sorts of stuff you can't see with your normal eyes. Well, let's give it a little smell. Yeah, it is doing that thing. So it's got a real danky dank about it. It has an overripe peach, like I love a peachiness, but it feels like almost a tad fermented, if that's a thing. And I would even say it smells like pomegranate rind, like when you rip a pomegranate open, the seeds have a really tart flavor, but then the pomegranate fruit itself has this flavor and smell, because if you've ever maybe even accidentally got a piece of the sort of inner pith of a pomegranate, it's a strange bitter. That's what I'm getting here. Let's try it. Well, first of all, I think I screwed up. I think it's too cold. So well, I can't warm it up, but all right, let's try again and hold my mouth for longer. It's got a really hard bitter. I guess that's the Galaxy that I wasn't expecting. That I wouldn't associate with like an East Coast, but there's that. I did a review a little while ago, something that was deemed or monikered a mountain IPA, which was designed to mix some of the West Coast bitters with some of the light fruitiness of the East. And this is very much in line with that style, even though it's not specifically called it to be that style. It's really nice. It has a pretty much a flat line bitter all the way through. That's a nice sort of Christmas tree pininess. Hey, see what I did there? Merry Christmas, by the way. And then there's a pretty light dankiness. It's more on the nose than it is on the palate, but it trails off with this really bright kind of fruitiness. I would even like, even though I said peach or it smells like an overripe peach, it was very orangey. Let's try one more. Yeah. So you know what, this is kind of coincidental, and I've joked a few times about how you can. I like to add orange juice to tonic water. It's kind of a go-to. It's not. It's almost like a go-to alcohol-free beer because you get the bitter of the tonic, and then you get this oranginess that New England IPAs like to have. It doesn't taste like a beer, but occasionally you get a beer that tastes like it, and this kind of does. It's got this sort of thing going with it, which makes it feel like a really citrusy, stone fruity, even like not orange juice, but you know that weird juice that they sell you sometimes in the shop, and it's like mixed fruit, and you know this is like the floor sweepings of the fruit. They're trying to make it better than it is. It's a little like that. It's got the sort of extra thickness and peachiness that you might add to a maybe a little bit a weak OJ. It's good. It's really good. Completely the opposite of the Meersluiter, um, you know, bottle of molasses I had earlier. It's quite good. It's not I think they've done a great job of the Strata, Galaxy, and the Zach, and where none of them are overpowering each other, and they're all working together in combination. So I am going to say, go get some. If this is still available and you can find it, definitely do it. I'm pretty sure you can find it too I'm pretty sure I've seen it at some of the main shops, and I got it from. That was some Trembling Madness, but I'm pretty sure you can get it at Craft Metropolis maybe as well. So it's still available. It's probably not that expensive, and it's a collaboration and a hop combination that is highly recommended as of this moment by me. How about that? I'm going to enjoy this. It may not last because unlike the other one, which probably was a slow sipper that may last 24 hours, this is lucky to last 24 minutes or even maybe seconds. It's great. All right, that is it. I have a couple more beers I've got to do today, maybe, and they're both mind-bendingly intense. One's a 13, and the other one's a 14%, and I just don't know when and how I'm going to get these in here because it's like reviewing wine in a bottle. So stay tuned. Look for the next alert from my channel. Please subscribe, tell your friends, all that kind of faff that I ask you to do or beg. It's Christmas. Tell your friends, please. And I will see you in, who knows, a few hours with another extremely dangerous beer review. This is the end. It is North Brew and Track's Many Ways IPA. It is delicious. It has an incredible hop combination. You can see there it's 6.5%, and it's about to go down. Steve out.